everybody, welcome back to Art with Miss C. Today we are going to learn how to make our own paints. I'm focusing on watercolor paints. I saw this recipe in a video on Facebook. I'll try to see if I can link it in the description below. But watercolor paint is dry pigment that when you put water on it will dissolve that dry pigment into paint, and usually they're in compact dishes. There are liquid watercolors, but I'm focusing on dry pigments. That way you can let them dry and use them again over time. I really like letting watercolor do different techniques on paper. Some of the supplies you are going to need are baking soda, white vinegar, cornstarch, and corn syrup. These are what are going to make up the base, and then you're also going to need some other supplies to make up the recipe for this watercolor paint. You're going to need a bowl, an ice tray for the watercolors to stay in, mixing utensils, and food coloring. Let's get started. I am super excited about this. So the first thing I did was gather all my supplies. So I made sure I had everything near me. That way I could just do this really quick. So I made sure I had the baking soda, my measuring tools, everything. And the first thing I did was get out a bowl and I mixed in 1 cup of baking soda and the vinegar. It told you to do this first because baking soda and vinegar will react together. And I don't think I measured out the vinegar right, but it wants you to make a paste or like a liquidy base for the rest of your materials to be mixed into. So obviously it's kind of clumpy, so I just added more vinegar to make it a little bit more pasty. Almost kind of like liquid glue is what it looked like in the video, so that's what I did too. The next thing I did was add a cup of cornstarch and 2 tablespoons of corn syrup, and I made sure I mixed it up really well. And then I put it in a pouring container. I put it in this container because I thought it would be easier to pour the liquid into the ice cube tray. Then I could control how much was going into it. You don't want to fill the cube tray too full because when you're mixing the different food coloring into the different sections, you don't want to accidentally mix it into one of the other sections, which I ended up doing. I made sure I had most of my basic colors like red, yellow, blue, but then I also made some different shades of green, different shades of blue. Tried to make a purple, but it turned out more gray, purple black kind of a color, which was not a big deal. It was kind of a cool gray color. And then after I mixed everything, I made sure to let it dry for 48 hours. The recipe on Facebook said 24, but I dried it for 48 because when I went back after 24 hours, it was still kind of liquidy. After though, I tried it out with some water and paper, and the colors were actually really cool. I hope you get to try this recipe. If you do, give me a shout out. It'd be really cool to see what you make with this paint. I think I might try it again, but maybe with some different food coloring. It was a lot of fun. Hope you guys had fun with this. Hope you try it at home. Everybody be safe and be careful and have a good day. Thanks for joining us.